And Conqueror is now finished. Right, so that's done. Let's start the Worcester. Early cruisers and battleships, you know me. Hmm? Yep, you'll play some Cold War multiplayer or zombies, whatever. I'll join you very shortly. Just going to go over the stats and whatnot for Conqueror quickly. So yeah, just literally this moment obtained HMS Conqueror. Yay! After a few weeks of researching. Never actually got built or anything, only existed in blueprints. So a total of 12 guns, 6 in the aft section, and another 6 towards the bow. Plenty of secondaries as well, nice, and reasonably sufficient anti-aircraft defences. Let's look at the stats from the go. Uh, right. Survivability has a total of 74,600 hit points. Armour ranges between 19 to 416 millimeters thick. Uh, the torpedo belt will reduce incoming torpedo damage by 28% as long as they hit the torpedo belt. Main battery 419mm 45 caliber long with Mark IIs, for a reach of 17.4 kilometers. Reload of every 30 seconds. Traverse time 45 seconds, and that's reasonable. High explosive shells. Oh, these are some spicy boys, I tell ya. Fire starting chance of 48% per shell. Each individual shell do a maximum of 7,200 hit points of impact damage. On piercing rounds, will do a maximum of 13,000 hit points of damage, so that'll hurt. Secondary battery, 134mm 50 Mark 1s. Has a total of 16 of those. Reach of 5 kilometers. Reload 6.7. Individual shells from those, 8% higher starting chance, 1900 maximum HE damage from the impact. Anti-aircraft, lots of it. 40mm Bofors Mark 7s, has a total of 12 of them. 40mm Stag Bofors guns. 40mm Bofors Mark 6s, has 11 times so there's 11 sextuple batteries of those, along with the secondary battery 134mm is also dual purpose. Average of 68 damage per second, with an altitude reach of 5.2 kilometers. Not bad. Maneuverability off the bat, 29.5 knots. That is fast for a battleship. Turn circle of 940 meters. Rudder shift, oh boy, 17.3 seconds. We're gonna have to get that down. Detectability by sea and base stats, 15.6 kilometers. Detectability after firing a main gun, 17.4 kilometers for 20 seconds. Detectability when on fire, 17.6 kilometers. So that's obviously way further than the guns will reach base stats. That's 200 meters extra. Detectability by air, 12.5 kilometers. Detectability by air after you fire your main guns, if a plane has a direct line of sight, 21.6 kilometers. Detectability by air when your ship is on fire, 15.5 kilometers. And as always, guaranteed detectability if enemy's close enough, 2 kilometers. your detectability will decrease to or jump up to 15.5 kilometers when you fire from a smoke screen. Alright, so armor protection. Uh, the fore-end armor belt ranges between 229 to 267 millimeters thick. So, if it's at the right kind of angle, that will technically bounce even the Yamato shell, if it hits that little piece of the belt, obviously. Along the kill line, 50 millimeters thick, but don't worry about that. The actual bow section itself, 32 millimeters thick, which will bounce up to 16-inch arm-piercing rounds, possibly a little bit bigger. The top of the bow, so the deck section, that's also 32 millimeters thick. Fore-end off-white ship area, 76 millimeters thick, so that'll bounce most things. Aft end armor belt, so that's the back end, obviously. So little glowing section just below the waterline at the back, 229 to 242 millimeters thick. 50 millimeters again at the keel. Aft end bow armor plating, 32 millimeters thick. Same with the aft end deck section. And aft white ship area again, 76 millimeter. The waterline armor belt, just below the waterline, 279 millimeters thick. That is substantial. And the torpedo protection itself is 38 millimeters thick. That's obviously way below the waterline. That's intended for torpedoes, obviously. Superstructures. The bottom of the conning tower is 38 millimeters thick, so that'll bounce up to at least a 16-inch shell, depending on the angle. And that's if a shell hits it, obviously. Natural conning tower, 51 to 228 millimeters thick. Top of the conning tower, so it'd be like above the conning tower, but you can't actually see it. That would be 38 to 152 millimeters thick, so that's not very thick at all. But it doesn't need to be, because being at the top of the conning tower, the idea being if it hits obviously through the top, just above the conning tower, it will just skip off the roof and bounce harmlessly away. Side plating for the superstructure, 19 to 57 millimeters thick. So superstructure is basically a big blue section in the middle of the ship. Top side plating, 19 millimeters thick, but that doesn't really matter too much because, yeah, it's very unlikely for a shell to actually hit that part of the armour. The armoured casemate. The aft ship area, so that's the ends of the casemate, so the bow end and the aft end. 28 to 403 millimeters thick. No, okay. Armour belt line, 32 to 406 millimeters thick, so yeah, it's up to 16 inches of armour belt, so that's the purple segment in the middle. So along the waterline, yeah, it's up to 16 inches thick. Casemate armoured deck is 19 to 63 millimeters thick. And again, the aft ship area, so that's the ends of the casemate armour section, 28 to 403 millimeters thick. Main batteries, that's obviously the big guns. The backs of the turrets are 178 millimeters thick. The barbettes, so the circles that the turrets sit in, 51 to 416 millimeters thick. The undersides of the turrets are 102 millimeters thick. Very unlikely for a shell to actually hit them, so that's not really a major concern. The front plates of the turrets, 381 millimeters thick, which is 15 inches of steel plating in the fronts of the turrets. The sides of the turrets are 178 to 254 millimeters thick. And the tops of the turrets are 152 millimeters thick, or 6 inches thick. Last but not least, Citadel aft-white ship area, 45 to 76 millimeters thick. The citadel bottoms, that'd be along the keel line, so don't worry about it, that's 50mm thick. Citadel torpedo bulkhead, 45mm thick. Citadel deck armour, 19 to 63mm thick. And the ends of the citadel, 76mm thick. Right, let's take off the armour view for the superstructures, turrets, and the ends of the ship. So yeah, so the sort of green-yellow section, that's the casemate. Also take for torpedo belt for a sec. So yeah, the ends of the casemate, 28 to 403 thick. The armour belt line, 32 to 406. The top of the casemate is up to 63mm. And the aft ship, which should be the ends of the casemate, 28 to 403. And then the actual citadel is obviously way below the waterline. It's the big yellow segment underneath. Citadel bottom is obviously the keel. The bulkheads for the anti-torpedo protection, 45mm thick, which obviously stacks with the side plating of 38 and 279 just above. So yeah, very well armoured battleship. Yeah, so overview. Pyromania. Above average chance to high explosive shells to start fire. Yeah, no kidding. Agile. Above average ability to change direction. Well, I suppose 17 seconds for its size is good. And superior high explosive damage. Above average high explosive shell damage. Yep. So yeah, Conqueror. This ship was designed as a battleship with increased firepower on the basis of the ship construction experience of the British gained during World War II. The project was notable for the 419mm main guns, which were developed back in the early 1920s and were one of the most powerful British naval artillery systems. Year of design, 1949, so just after World War II. Right, upgrades. Without any further ado, let's do this. Maybe secondary battery, main battery, aim systems to tighten up the spread pass on the shells. My favourite, Conqueror, propulsion, damage control. I'll just go steering gears to shave off rudder turning time. I'll take a concealment system to make me slightly harder to spot. Last but not least, secondary battery mod 3, anti-aircraft guns mod 3, main battery shave off reload time. So what's that bring me down to? So main guns, reload time 26.4 seconds, but the Traverse has jumped up to basically 52 seconds. Maneuverability, rudder shift is down to 14 seconds, that's much better. And I managed to get the concealment down to 14 kilometers, even better. Right, let's put a flag on. What flag do we go with? You know, just for giggles, I'm going to put my my rubber ducky flag on it. Yep. Now, so that's the permanent paint for the Conqueror, if I actually wanted to purchase it. Let's see if I can actually obtain it from stock, just very quickly. So there currently isn't a permanent camo available for the Conqueror. No big, so I'm going to make my own anyway. So I'm going to go with a hunter pattern. I need to melt down some more paint, which I've got plenty of. So I need 250 now. So I've maxed out the camo paint now. So that brings concealment down to 13.4 kilometers, even better. Alright, that's to assign a commander to the Conqueror, which of course will be Cunningham. Yeah, Nobutage Kondo makes battleships even harder to spot. Flammable Cannoneer increases my gun range even further, tightens up the grouping pattern. Well, it does come with a trade-off of increased surefire chance. Of me catching fire, that is. That's it. Yeah, gyrating drill bits to speed up the turret traverse a little bit. Increases my AP shell damage even more. It just shaves off some overall top speed, which is really a biggie. This marksmanship tightens up the spread pattern of shells even further, but it slows down the rudder shift. Not a biggie, because you have something like the Conqueror, you're not going to be trying to get in close. You'll be as far away as possible, just, yeah, lobbing shells from across the map. And, what's it, skills-wise, what's it, reaching out, XXL. Ooh, if I rank up Cunningham to 16, free, now bump my overall maximum reach from 2% to 3%. We'll take it. Obviously, Will to Rebuild as my legendary skill. Let's stats jump to Cunningham now. AP shell damage jumped up to 14,300 if per shell, and I can now reach out to 19.3 kilometers. Reload time's down to 26.4. Traverse time's jumped reduced down to 36.1. That's much better now. So maneuverability, top speed is reduced to 26.6 knots due to obviously some of my skills. But yeah, rudder shift is at least down to 15.6. That's still better than stock. And I've now dropped concealment all the way down to 12.7 kilometers. Those ships I have that are slightly better at concealment than some of my cruisers for comparison. So yeah. Let's see, like I said, I'm going to take the Conqueror for a couple of quick rounds, and then, yeah, jump onto Warzone Bobo, or you say Black Ops? Okay. Right, so without any further ado, let's take Conqueror for her first ever match. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, 12 kilometers of concealment with 19 kilometers of reach. Yeah, that explains why I found it hard to hit this citadel on the Conqueror, because it's just how well armoured she is. So we're up against an Alaska, 2 Yamatos, Kurfürst, another Conqueror, along with a Fletcher, Chapayev, Suzuya, and a Richelieu. We've got Shimakaze, Chapayev, Hipper, Baltimore, Bismarck, 2 Yamatos, a Kurfürst, and me, the Conqueror. But thankfully, I already had a chance to try the Conqueror earlier this year by renting it for some in-game currency, Arctic tokens, whatever they're called. So I've kind of got an idea of what I'm doing. But yeah, from here, I can cover all 3 of the capture points. And yeah, there's my Daki flag on top. So like I said, from here I don't really even need to move.
All forces, provide cover for that target. Affirmative.
So Ashimikaze's going for the flag by the looks of things. The rest of us can cover him while he does the capping. Please don't tell us a POTG. Oh god.
I need intelligence data.
Oh, that Kerfuss has the space camo skin. Yeah. Oh, there's the enemy's Conqueror.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship target.
If I get a clear shot, I'll take it. Yeah, that Conqueror's already in my range. Yep, everyone's just dunking on it. Okay.
All forces, capture that area.
Push out, start pushing forward then. But yeah, that Alaska's in range, just got a mountain in the way blocking my shots. So that's Suzuya. So everything is in range, I just can't hit them right now. So my first ever, well, not exactly my first ever shot was a Conqueror, because I've used it before. Yeah, AP rounds on their way to that Chapayev. Oh, just missed.
Reporting the target position.
But I think he knows better than to try and push any closer while I'm here.
Roger. Reporting the target position.
Yep, managed to hit him.
All stations, concentrate fire on the target.
Yeah, good. Fletcher's gone.
Nice work.
Mm.
Torpedoes, direct front.
Ah, yeah. Well, we've just deleted 2 of their ships so far, and we've not even taken any losses. Oh, and there's the Yamato.
Reporting the position of a strategic target.
Yeah, I can't do anything about Suzuya right now. I'll better shoot the Kerfuss right now. Hopefully I can get plunging shots to the Citadel from here. Yeah, they're on their way. Oh yeah, he caught those. Nothing major yet, but yeah, he's going to feel that in the morning. But if I really want it to be an absolute nightmare for the enemy team, or I'd have to just load high explosive instead. Oh, yeah. So I'm just slowly inching forward. Oh, that Alaska's getting a bit brave. Go on, keep moving forward, Sunshine. Keep coming forward. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, they don't seem to be very keen to push this way. Probably because they know just how far out Conqueror can actually reach. And like, yeah, we don't want to chance it from here. Oh, is that going to hit the Alaska? Come on, give me something. Oh, just missed.
Reporting the target position.
Let's see. Oh, we just lost that hipper.
Concentrate fire
Yep,
on the
up
enemy
and
warship.
over. Chipped out a bit more health from the curve first. Hmm? Oh, that Conqueror's almost done for. Is he go? Yep. Shibaka's got him out of the way by flooding.
Nice work. Our team has taken the lead. Nice work. I need intelligence data. Capture that area. All stations requesting fire on the designated target.
I can't really hit the Alaska right now, but I'll keep an eye open. Oh, Rochetti broadside. This is gonna hurt a lot if it hits. Come on, shells, do your thing, do your thing, do your thing, do your thing.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
Ah, 1 pen, 2 over pens, not too bad. Not too shabby.
Nice work. Our victory is in sight.
But I think the main thing that's putting the enemy team off doing anything stupid is the fact we've still got a Shibakaze running around. Because that thing can absolutely one-tap you with a single salvo of torps. Yeah. Yeah, if you're enjoying it, go for it. Yeah. So yeah, you can obviously... Well, yeah. So you can obviously launch them, but you can also use it as an actual knife. Yeah. Yeah. Am I waiting to find out? Yeah, let's see if that Rochetti wants to keep pushing around that way.
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
All 6 shells connected to that Rochetti. 4 pens, 2 over pens, he's gone. Go on, Yamato, give me an excuse. Give me a reason. Give me a reason. Yeah, that's what I thought. Here's a disabled my front 2 turrets. No biggie. Still got the other 2 back functioning still. Alright, I guess this Kerfos wants my attention now. Now go back up a little bit. And just knock out one of his turrets for a short time.
Problem solved, sir.
Yeah, it took me 1 shell to knock out the turret for a few seconds. And he's reused his damage com.
Concentrate
So if anyone's got HE loaded, well, you know what to do.
Affirmative.
I'll start flood. That works too.
All stations, requesting fire on the designated target.
Yeah, Kerfers, no shooting point shooting at me while I'm bowing to you. So you. Alright, let's load up the high explosives to really ruin that Kerfers day. Mm-hmm.
Concentrate fire on the designated target. All stations, requesting fire on the designated target.
Oh, now they're getting a bit brave. They're finally starting to actually push. So they actually need to do something to try and get the win. What's this shimmy doing? Well, we like shiny guns. Anyway. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Shiny objects will definitely attract attention. Oh, that Yamato's dug in over there, that's for sure. What's that Yamato doing?
Get back!
Yeah, I've got to be careful because there's a Yamato right there as well.
All stations, requesting fire on the designated target. Affirmative. Get
Go on,
back!
Yamato, keep pushing forward, we dare you.
Affirmative.
So if that Yamato pushes any further forward, he's going to have all 12 guns of my... Yeah. Yep, all 12 guns ready to say hello to him. Well, get yeeted, sunshine. Hmm. Oh, that's definitely not reassuring. Come on, guns, reload, 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 reload. Good, managed to get my shells away. Yeetus deletus. Devastating strike on a Yamato. Second place overall. I'll take that. I'll take that. Omega, massive damage. Yep, he's going to need a lot more than Flex Seal to fix that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, mm. It's the first match in a Conqueror, and I already got 3,213 Elite XP. But yeah, definitely going to enjoy taking the Conqueror more often in the future. Again.